Salome here. Call me Professor. I'm coming. This is Salome, and I'm here to share my success journey. Let's call it a journey, not a story, because it's been a journey. I come from Bungoma, a remote village, very remote. It is called Mukwa. And so, growing up, my mother has always been passionate about education, and I come from a single parent family. So in short, this is how a family looks like. I have an elder brother, an elder sister, myself, and a small brother. Now my elder brother has severe cerebral palsy. This means he cannot do anything for himself. He's totally dependent on us as a family to give him care, cleaning, feeding, and everything. And my second born sister has always been now like the firstborn, you know. And so then there's me, and then there's my baby brother. So my mom has raised us up single-handedly, and she has always very strictly, almost not encouraged us to study, like demanded of us to succeed in our education, because it was like this is the only way out of the kind of life that we were living in. So from a young age, she will read us Bible stories, she will teach us hymns. They used to be called Tenzi za Rohoni and Golden Bells, the small ones. Achana na zasai, we have the small ones that were orange and yellow, and we will learn how to read hymns and read the Bible, because those are the materials that she could access. And so we grew up knowing that education is very important, and it helped us to stand out, you know, even in church, while doing small presentations like memory verse, songs. We really stood out because our mother was so keen on good language. If you're speaking English, you speak good English. If you're speaking Swahili, then very polished Swahili. If you're not, you get out of her house. So that tells you that because of the whole financial constraints and everything, it took a toll on her mentally. And sometimes she could project on us as the children, you know. Maybe she was just supposed to slap you once. But she ends up slapping and beating and kicking and throwing you under the table and removing you and taking you to the roof and bringing you back. So there was also that. But I attribute it to not having a place to handle the turmoil she was having inside. Because here I'm supposed to be joining high school. I am doing well in primary. I was in a small academy that was called Saruka Friends Academy. And so here I am, and you know, I just know I'm going to pass. By then, getting 400 marks and above was a big deal. It was super exceeding expectations. And my sister had gotten 407 marks, and she had gone to my girls' high school in Durham. So the bar was already high. To prove that I'm also the sister, flesh and blood, I needed to excel. I needed to pass. So yeah, I worked hard. But there was always the question of where will money come from? Because going to a national school that you pay almost 100,000 per year was already, it was not easy for my mom. Loans were so many. We had sold most of the small assets we had, and loans upon loans were on her. And for a minute I was just, I didn't know. I think I really didn't want to think a lot about it, especially when I was alone. That is when it could hit me that, yes, Salome, next year you will not be in primary, you'll be in high school. What kind of high school will you be in? We don't negate the fact that you will pass, but which kind of secondary school or high school are you going to join? And there were no, I wasn't getting support or bursaries or whatever. Number one, because now my background is so complicated. Let me tell you people. So, my mom is Luya. From which county? Kakamega. My father is Masai Q. From where? Kajiado. Where are we living? Bungoma. What is my name? Salome Inyange. Inyange comes from where? Vihiga. So when you go to government offices, they even don't understand if you're truly Kenyan. Your identity already looks so messed up. if you're looking for help in with organizations and banks and everything, they are like, where is your father? We want to, if he's dead, show us evidence that he died. If he did not die, then where is he? And then my mother and my father separated when I was like 2. And so they literally cut off ties. Like Mount Kilimanjaro is where my father stays, and we live in Bungoma, so that is very far apart. And so getting even normal government help was out of the question. It was like, I need a miracle. I really need a miracle. So KCSE comes, and around that time, it is when I was told to apply to Bungoma Hamburg Foundation through our teacher in school. So I had to write a letter, and a few friends to write a letter, and so I applied. I know it was interesting to me because I had just written letters during exams, the way we are taught to write a formal letter. So it felt so nice to write a formal letter that is not being examined, that it is going, like you're literally applying for something, literally. That was a good experience, I'd say I had. And so KCC comes, I get the same marks as my sister, 407. And I think by then she had already my mother was looking for a lower school, for lack of a better word, because we had a lot of debt in her school. She could not continue being in a national school. So my mother was looking for a school where she can transfer to finish her education. And here I am supposed to join high school. So the miracle that I was praying for happened through Bungoma Hamburg Foundation. And I got admitted to the Lugulu Girls High School, the school of excellence. Oh, the green uniform, it was so nice. It is so nostalgic to think about it right now. And through high school, I put my best foot forward. I'm like, this is a chance I've been given by people who do not even know me. They have vouched for me. They believe that I can make something out of myself. So in high school, I do all these things. I get into drama, into poems, into school leadership. I was a prefect since from 1 to Form 4. Like, what one independent? That is to say that people believed in my leadership skills. And so that helped me, because now when I was in Form 3, I think this is a highlight. Life had gotten so messy at home. Remember my brother who has severe cerebral palsy? Now he's our firstborn, so he has grown, and most of our special schools, public special schools, do not have the best of care to such children. So my mother brings him home. So now he's not staying in a home for people with special abilities. He's now fully staying at home. That means he has to be taken care of 24/7. You know, my sister has also transferred to a school, Maganda Girls, so that it's more financially easy for my mom as she tries to clear the debts in the other school. So this is me in Form 3. I feel like I am almost imposter syndrome is real. I was in Form 3 and many things were happening at home. Many not pretty things were happening at home. And I don't know who to tell, because I am this almost golden girl in school. You are doing well, you have the favor of teachers, but deep down you know you are almost breaking down. I was like, hey, I think I cannot do this. And I remember sharing it with the staff in Bungoma Hamburg, and they encouraged me. They told me, despite everything, let me just soldier on. Let me not look at the things that are not going on well. And so I get to finish high school. And yay! I have finished high school. I'm feeling proud of myself. I have passed. I am waiting to see where I'll be placed in university. And I get placed to Kenyatta University, the Kenyatta University, to do theater arts and film technology. My dream to be on TV, to be on screen. So I joined KU, a new girl from Bungoma, underage. I was 17. I didn't have a national ID. I've never been on my own in the city and everything. So it was a whole wild experience. But I get to navigate through. I even get hassles. Nairobi, you have to send yourself. So I do hassles, I do school. BHF is supporting me, and I thank God. School wasn't easy, to be honest, especially as a young girl discovering yourself and everything, and knowing that there is a family depending on you. And my dream has always been to become a professor. A professor. My grandmother was a teacher, and so I enjoy teaching or sharing knowledge. In fact, I do well in group discussions than in studying for myself. I do better when I'm teaching people. I grasp the content more. So I've always dreamt of being a professor. And that means a degree is not enough. You have to advance. So I finish my undergrad. I get a job. So I'm out there in the industry. I'm working as a media person, creating content, helping with communications and translations here and there. And it's not easy because now I'm on my own. The support that was the comfort of a student are not there. But my dream inside to become a professor is still burning. And again, guys, it will take a miracle for me to afford postgraduate in this country. And so I really wanted to do animation. And I was like, if I get a chance, I want to go to USA and do animations. And so one day we're just speaking in Pagari. We're just speaking in the vehicle, and I was like, I think I'd like to further my studies so that I can eventually become a lecturer and become a senior lecturer and become a professor and do academic research and all those things. So I'm just saying it amongst the BHF community, just putting my heart out there. It's such a warm family. And actually they tell me to apply, and they're like, we'll see what we can do, you just apply. So I write to them that I'd like to pursue postgrad in this and this area because of this and this reason. And by God's grace and favor, they take me in again. Double miracle. They take me in again. So now, as we are speaking, I'm a postgrad student at the University of Nairobi. Who knew? Me guys, me would be a master's student as we speak. So my heart is full of gratitude. I lack even words to just express what a blessing this is. And my dream to become a professor, I can see at the end of the tunnel. It is shining. It's not easy doing those research and proposals and everything, but I'm learning and putting my best foot forward, and just pray that I will not disappoint those who have believed in me. Sometimes I feel like Bungoma Hamburg Foundation believes in me so much more than I even believe in myself, and that can only be a gift from heaven. So the special appreciation to the Bungoma Hamburg Foundation, the leadership, the administration, all the stakeholders, fellow beneficiaries. It is beautiful that this journey, we don't get to walk alone, that the Lord has brought our way people to support us and guide us and believe in us even when we feel like we are worms. We will not amount to anything. They remind us that we see you and we love you and we will support you. So shout out to Bungoma Hamburg Foundation, shout out to our people in Germany, across the globe, here in the country. I love you so much. And guys, keep praying for me. One day, one time, I'll be sitting here as Professor Salome Inyange, Doctor. Dr. Inyange herself. So yeah, God bless. Adios, muchachos.